Hi guys, and welcome to my channel where I talk about all things Harry Potter related. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 15 moments from the book that I wish were included in the film. Number 1. The film begins with Harry's arrival at Privet Drive. As such, everything that precedes this point in the book is left out of the film, and I feel this included some funny bits that I would have loved to see on screen, like Uncle Vernon's day at work and his encounter with the wizards during his lunch break the day before Harry Potter's arrival at Privet Drive, as well as, early on the day of Harry Potter's arrival, Uncle Vernon notices Professor McGonagall in her animagus form reading a map. I can just picture his facial expression. I would have loved to see it on screen. Number 2. Speaking of the beginning of the film, there is no reference to where Hagrid got his motorbike. However, in the books, Dumbledore asks Hagrid about this, and we find out that he got it from young Sirius Black. I think the movie missed out on an opportunity to include this Easter egg. Number 3. In the book, Hagrid tells Harry that he was expelled from Hogwarts but allowed to remain as gamekeeper at school. This isn't mentioned in the first film. We only find out in the second movie. I felt this was an important part of the book because it shows us Harry's character, that he didn't look down on Hagrid because he wasn't a real wizard. Number 4. In the book, Harry decided to name his owl Hedwig, after an individual he saw mentioned in the A History of Magic textbook. In the first film, Hedwig's name isn't mentioned. I really would have liked to see Hedwig used by his name in the movie, because he was a pretty important character to Harry in the books. Number 5. In the book, Harry first met Draco Malfoy in Diagon Alley while shopping. I thought there was some very important dialogue between the two characters that really gave us insight into Harry's character. I would have loved to see this on screen. Number 6. The character of Peeves never appeared in any of the films. Although a scene was filmed for him, but ended up being cut. I really would have liked to see Peeves on screen. He was a recurring character in the books and had some pretty funny moments. It would have been a great opportunity to add some comedy. Number 7. In the book, Draco Malfoy, along with Crabbe and Goyle, visit Harry Potter in the train compartment to meet the famous Harry Potter. This is where Draco insults the Weasley family and asks Harry to be his friend. This scene was shot differently in the movie, with the event taking place at Hogwarts before the soaring ceremony. Personally, I like the way it was in the book better. Number 8. Miss Norris, Filch's cat, is never mentioned by name in the first film, just like Hedwig. Again, I would have liked to see Filch's cat referred to as Miss Norris, because it would have given her more presence, just like she had in the book. Number 9. The scene where Malfoy challenged Harry to a duel, but had actually tricked him by tipping off Filch, was not in the movie. There's actually a chapter called The Midnight Duel in the book. Harry's stand against Malfoy for taking Neville's Remember All resulted in Malfoy challenging Harry to a duel. He proposes to hold it at midnight so that no one catches them. Malfoy chooses one of his friends as backup, while Harry nominates Ron as his own. Harry and Ron's nighttime excursion is hampered by Neville and Hermione, who tag along because they're locked out of Gryffindor's common room. As it turns out, Malfoy sets Harry up to be caught when Filch arrives to apprehend them. The friends are able to avoid detention, however, and make it back to Gryffindor Tower without getting caught. Malfoy is left angry when he sees Harry and Ron the next day, having expected them to be expelled. I thought this would have been a great opportunity to show more of Malfoy on screen. Number 10. In the book, Fred and George Weasley bewitch several snowballs to follow Quirrell around and then to hit him on the back of the head, thus also hitting Voldemort's face. This scene would have been so funny on screen. Number 11. In the book, after the Gryffindor Hufflepuff Quidditch match, which Snape refereed, Harry sees a hooded figure rush off into the forest. Harry follows the hooded figure on his broom into the forest, where he encounters Snape and Quirrell and overhears their conversation. In the movie, Harry overhears this conversation in the corridor near the library before stumbling upon the Mirror of Erised. I think the way it was described in the book sounds much cooler, and would have made for a very suspenseful sequence in the movie. Number 12. Ron and Neville getting into a fist fight with Draco, Crabbe, and Goyle on the stands during the Gryffindor Hufflepuff Quidditch match. I just want to see that fight on screen. Number 13. The part where Hagrid's pet dragon, Norbert, is sent to Charlie Weasley is submitted. In the book, Harry and Hermione use the invisibility cloak to sneak Norbert up to the top of the astronomy tower at night, where Charlie's friends attach Norbert in a crate to their brooms and fly away with the dragon. In the movie, Hagrid reveals that Dumbledore sent Norbert away to Romania. I think this would have been a great opportunity to showcase the astronomy tower on screen. Number 14. In the book, Harry and Hermione get detention because they left the invisibility cloak in the astronomy tower while sending Norbert to Charlie Weasley and were caught by Filch, thanks to Malfoy. And Neville was also given detention because he was caught being out of bed trying to warn Harry about Malfoy's ploy to get them caught. Meanwhile, Ron was recovering in the hospital wing after being bitten by Norbert. I think it would have been cool to see Neville a bit more involved in the movie. Number 15. In the movie, we didn't see all of the obstacles on the way to the Sorcerer's Stone. In the book, after Ron sacrifices himself on the chessboard, Harry and Hermione enter the next obstacle where they find a mountain troll. However, the troll has already been knocked out cold by Quirrell. The next challenge is in a chamber that contains 7 unlabeled potions at the center of the room. A riddle is provided for the wizards to solve. It reveals that 3 potions are poison, 2 are useless, 1 grants immunity against the purple flames that block the entrance passage, and 1 grants immunity against the black flames that guard the chamber containing the Sorcerer's Stone. Hermione solves the riddle and takes the potion for the purple flames. Harry opts to face Voldemort and consumes the potion for the black flames. Hermione goes back to take Ron back up the trapdoor and alert Dumbledore. I really would have loved to see all of the obstacles along the way. They were a key part of the book, and I'm sure would have added even more suspense on screen. So that's my list. Those are the top 15 things from the book that I would have included in the movie. I'd love to hear yours. As always, feel free to let me know if there are any specific topics you would like me to cover in an upcoming video, or any Harry Potter related questions you might have. I'd love to do a Q&A in one of the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one, where I'll give my take on if Draco Malfoy and Harry Potter could have potentially been friends if things had gone differently.